G'day, I'm Graham Ross from the Garden Clinic. Now, I had an inquiry during the week after we've been planting our tomatoes, and they're starting to come on really well. And it was all about companion planting. Well, the person who sent the email in had a list of companion plants that I should be planting around tomatoes. Most of it's rubbish, okay? Now, I'll tell you why. Back in the 1970s and 80s, I sent a long list to the University of California in Los Angeles, UCLA, and I said, can you do some serious scientific laboratory trials on which one of these plants will deter, discourage, stop whitefly from attacking tomatoes? So they were very generous and they did the trials. It took them about 3 years and I'd actually forgotten that I'd sent the request across. But the answer came back, only one. Only one of those companion plants really works with tomatoes. And it was our old friend Basil. Now Basil is a really interesting plant, great in Italian dishes. It's used right across the world in flavouring salads. But of course, in the garden, it has an additional benefit. And that is that it reduces, discourages, and even stops the introduction of whitefly or the arrival of whitefly into your tomato patch. What whitefly does, it's hard to control. If you put yellow sticky traps around, they'll go straight to that and then they're gone. If you start using sprays, then you're really defeating the whole purpose of growing organic veggies. But the yellow traps also trap some of the beneficial insects, so you've got to be really careful of using those yellow traps. They're beneficial in some ways in a tree or something like that, or when the plants are really mature and you've got insects coming in, but they do trap beneficial insects and really don't want to be doing that. So you want to use organic controls. And the one that the university say really works a treat is basil. Now, when you buy basil, it comes in quite a large clump like this. Don't get too fussed about it. Just separate them into a little clump like that. What is there? 10 or 12 plants in a clump. That's quite okay. Growing basil like that is all right. If you want to grow them from seed, terrific. You need to sow them in a tray, or you can sow your basil straight away into direct sowing into the garden. Now, there's purple basil, green basil, and there's a couple of other new varieties that are coming out. They all do pretty much the same job of discouraging whitefly. Now, the thing is, it's not a case of just one plant doing the job around your tomatoes. You need to give the basil an opportunity to really interact. We don't know whether it's the roots in contact with the tomato roots or whether there's something being given off by the basil. Whatever it is, it does work. And it's one of those things we should be remembering in a pot, on a balcony, or out in the garden. When you're planting tomatoes, the best and pretty much the only thing that's really worth companion planting will be basil. And of course, once you've got a good handful of basil, you've got the best pesto you'll ever make.